It's why you fail.
So today I'd like to talk about something that has probably affected everyone in their lives: procrastination and putting things off. Now I'd say there's two types of people in this situation: those who rarely deal with procrastination and those who have been severely affected by it. And I would definitely fall into that second category. So in this video, I'm not going to focus exactly on how to fix procrastination because I don't really know how to do that yet. Rather, I think I'm going to be talking about why I think procrastination develops in so many people and the ripple effect it causes in their lives. However, I will offer one piece of advice at the end that I have discovered in the process of creating this channel. I think this was expected, but I have to talk about school because I think this is where procrastination starts in everyone. At least it definitely did for me. Now, the earliest I remember procrastinating was probably in 7th grade when I would put off my math homework occasionally and wake up before school to complete it. And I guess it just kind of progressed from there, but it got pretty bad in high school. I can only remember a handful of times when I actually did an assignment early or did it without putting it off for hours and kind of just finishing it at night. And I think the first problem with all of this is that my problem never really created any consequences for me because I always managed to get every assignment in, except for one time when I submitted an essay a little bit late, but my teacher gave me a pass. So again, no consequence. And the point I'm trying to make with that is that I wasn't doing the right thing, but I was being rewarded, and it just caused it to continue. And on top of that, it caused me to be conditioned to only get work done in pressure situations because I was putting unnecessary pressure on myself for waiting to the last minute, and I became accustomed to that, and I really only could get work done in that kind of environment. But as I said, I always got stuff done in the end. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to procrastinating in school, but what I like to talk about really is the ripple effect that this causes in our lives outside of school. Now, I'd like to bring up something that doesn't relate to school, but was affected by that problem that I created in school, which was my desire to learn the piano. So I remember when I was around 15, the idea came into my head. I was playing this tap piano game on my phone, and I realized it would be pretty cool to actually play this on a piano. And I'd always enjoyed watching piano covers of songs on YouTube, and I always wanted to do it myself, but I just put it off. For what reason? I'm not really sure. I don't really remember. I think it was probably just because it seemed too hard to get into. But 2 years later, I was lucky enough to receive a very nice piano for Christmas. And there it was right in front of me, a piano in my room with no obstacles in the way from me learning how to play. You could probably guess where the story is going. I messed around on it for a couple days, but I never got consistent, and months literally passed without me even touching it. First of all, it was really ungrateful of me to not use and appreciate this gift that I got, but something else is behind this too. My procrastination habits had overlapped from school into this, and it really crushed my wish of learning the piano. And I think first it was, since I was always procrastinating in school, I didn't have as much time. But more importantly, I was so conditioned to do things under pressure and before deadlines, I could never start practicing because obviously there was no deadline. There was no real pressure to learn the piano. It was all on me. And because it was all on me, I could just never do it. I will say though, there is a happy ending to this. A year later, in the process of making this channel, I have started to consistently practice the piano, and it's been really fun. I've been enjoying it. I've done it for about a week, an hour every day, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. So I'd like to combine the last two sections in relation to time. So as I've said before, everything with school has a deadline. Every homework assignment, every project has a start and end date. However, learning and practicing anything outside of school does not. Like with my example, there is no end to learning the piano. I could literally be learning a new song forever for my entire life. And that is much different. That's a much different activity than doing an essay before 12. The main point that I want to make from all this is kind of related to the classic saying, "I'll do it tomorrow." And I'm going to do my best to describe why I think this saying creates problems. When someone says this, they imagine doing the thing tomorrow. But the thing is, tomorrow doesn't really exist because it's the future. We can only be in the present. And when you say you're doing stuff tomorrow, you become stuck in the future instead of focusing on the present. And that tomorrow, even though technically it does come, it really doesn't, because it just becomes today. There really never is a tomorrow. It's only today, from my point of view. So instead of saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," say, I'll do it today. And that's harder. That's a lot harder to actually say and do than just saying I'll do it tomorrow, because you could just think about it, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. But saying I'll do it today, or even I'll do it now, that's hard. But that actually gets results, and that will be much more beneficial. What it really comes down to is just either doing something now or never doing it at all.
Actually living your life is exponentially different from just being alive.
So to close out, I have one question to ask. What is your piano? What is something that you wish you could have done or could be doing but didn't? And my one ask of you is to do that thing for 10 minutes today. In a perfect world, you click off this video and do that thing. Just give me 10 minutes of your time to do that thing. It could be whatever you want. That is the one piece of advice I have in fixing this problem, is to do something a little bit each day. Trust me, this actually works. This is how I started making this channel. It's how I started learning the piano. Just give 10 minutes to that activity. 10 minutes today, and maybe 15, 20 tomorrow, 30 the next day, 40 the day after that. Trust me, that will get you results. But it just starts a little bit with 10 minutes. Thank you for watching.